control. You might think it's cheaply you say it, but it could be the very thing that's holding you back from true freedom. Now, this is my story of surrender and how I ended up living here in Bali with my client and my ex, and how somehow this story and this situation and this yes led me to creating some absolute magic. And what's interesting is that for someone with a complicated relationship with control, I absolutely love drinking ayahuasca. I do it all the time. And I was at a retreat back in January in a place I end up a lot, feeling like I'm glued to the floor, my ancestors crawling all over me, so tight, so forced, feeling like I just can't get out of this situation. And I knew something had changed, so I asked my ayahuasca, show me where I am not free. And in that moment, I felt like I was flying, and then came on the biggest purge of my life. And for the uninitiated, that's like a big puke. And imagine I'm like on all fours, one hand in the air, the other hand like gripping my bucket for dear life, screaming out in my head, I surrender, fine, I surrender. And in that moment, while laughing and peeking, I experienced complete release, letting go of control and letting go of fear. And I found freedom. But here's the thing about ayahuasca. It's not a silver bullet, right? You have to take the learnings and bring them into real life. So, I had a high-paying client, and it was great, except for the fact that they never paid me on time, and they kind of treated me like shit. And I had a boyfriend, kind of. We were on and off, and we really wanted to make things work, and I was holding on to this relationship for dear life. And then as it does, life happened. I get a call from my kind of boyfriend one day, and he says, listen, Jacquie, I can't grow in the way I need to inside of this relationship. I'm sorry. It was over. And then a couple weeks later, I'm in Miami, and I'm actually on my way to the reunion of this ayahuasca retreat, and I get an email from my main client. Hey, Jacquie, no easy way to tell you this, but effective immediately, your contract is terminated. Relationship over. Income gone. My self-esteem plummeted, and I was completely inconsolable. I'm at the event in between tears. The medicine woman, Gracia, she comes up to me, and she says, Jacquie, what's wrong? I tell her what's been happening. She says, oh my gosh, congratulations. God has closed the door for you and opened another one. You just have to surrender and start saying yes. So I got back to Medellin, where I was living at the time, and I decided, okay, I'm going to do things differently this time. I didn't try to convince my ex to get back together with me, and when it came to work, I determined I'm not going to force it. So instead, I allowed myself to release all shame, and I just started telling my story to anyone who would listen. That event I went to back in Miami, there was an AI event I also went to, and the guy I sat next to and I started connecting and just chatting. He ended up hiring me with no force. And then the founder of that AI company ended up in Medellin, the place he was living, I like to work from. Again, just started chatting, sharing my story. He ended up hiring me too. And I experienced, wait a second, all these amazing things are happening with no force. But then the hardest yes of all came. Jonathan, the founder of the AI, he said, Jacquie, we're running a hacker house in Bali, and I want you to be there. I'll pay for everything. Just come live in the house with us. Should have been an easy yes, right? Mine was the fact that my ex was a speaker at that event and would also be living in this house. But it was like I was taken back on the Maloka floor and asking ayahuasca, show me where I'm not free. And in that moment, I knew what I had to do. I had to surrender to the unknown, to the discomfort and the potential pain, to see what could be on the other side. And so I went, and I'm here today. And the magic that has unfolded for me, both professionally and personally, has been profound. And so for all of you here, understand that on the other side of your fear is freedom. I guarantee that everybody here has at least one door that's open in their life, ready for you to walk through. The question is, will you surrender and just go? Thank you.